As you know, this whole lockdown and everything has been going on for a year, and now a few months on from a year. And no sign of it ever going away. And this is the thing. This is the kicker. Your freedoms, nobody can take that away. And again, the way it's gone in this country, and I never thought to see the day that the government will say, it's them who decides who gets freedom and who doesn't get freedom, and who can move and who can do this and who can do that. And you just like to yourself, are these our mothers or what's the story here? Because the Leo Falcon, Micheál Martin are basically treating us like children and saying, you have to ask us before you do anything. And it's basically just saying, can I have the sweeties? Can I have the sweeties? And they give us sweeties now and again. They kind of entice us, with reducing levels or whatever NEFIT or anything like that. I don't even know why NEFIT exists, who elected them. And I might just be honest with people, who elected NEFIT? We elect the politicians, but, what good are they? But NEFIT, who elected them? Who elected Tony Holohan? Who elected these people? I want to know, why is there no election for these people? Because they have such power over people to say, they can do this, they can do that in the public interest. And again, this is the thing. This is the kicker here. I'd be willing to give them my freedom for a month at least, if that was necessary. But it's far past the month now that people have given up their freedoms. People have given up every freedom in the Constitution of Ireland. And it's become a stage now. Well, you might as well burn the Constitution of Ireland, because it might as well be burned. Because at this stage, the government, I have never seen the likes in all my life. I've seen them in China and North Korea. I think in North Korea would be better off going to North Korea at the moment. At least they might have a small bit of decency. In this country, they're just like, no. You're a terrorist. You're a danger to society. How dare you want to open the churches? How dare you want to do this? How dare you? You have no right to say this. And this is what people are going on about. And people don't understand that you have every right under the Constitution of Ireland. The Constitution of Ireland, just to say when I'm here, the Constitution never says anything about national health emergencies or anything like that. It never says anything. It states rebellion or war. And that's all the powers that's given under the Constitution of Ireland to the government if it's necessary in a state of war or in a state of rebellion against the Irish state. It says nothing about public health, disasters, and even natural disasters, as far as I'm aware. To declare emergency, basically an emergency was in the Second World War, because obviously England was involved in the Second World War, and obviously Ireland was bombed too, so that's just a bit of backstory there. But again, we look today, we see in the news that a person brought up a court case to the High Court about the freedom of religion, and basically they've outright banned it. And we live in a democracy. We live in a democracy, just to say that. We live in a democracy where a so-called free state and a so-called democracy, but I don't know where the democracy is. I think we might have switched with communist China, maybe, possibly. We might have to go and ask Norma Foley or Heather Humphreys or some of them ministers, is this communist China? Because I continuously think this is communist China. I think North Korea would be better off than us at the moment. At least their politicians might give a damn. In this country, they're just having a great time laughing at us, and they go off and do whatever they want, and nothing's done about it. And if we went off and take for example Golfgate, I'm going on a tangent here because I think it's well overdue that I go on a bit of a tangent. But again, we went off to Golfgate, nothing was done about it. The girls had a big bloody shaving match, hair cutting match, and nothing was done about that either. So nothing was done about anything. And then if an only person went down the road, you have about 60 girls going after him. And that's no joke. People have been gone after for stupid things. They Father PJ, for example, opened his church to the people, his parish, to his parishioners. The people who pay for the church, it's belong to the parish, it's belong to the people. It's the house of God, it's belong to the people who worship God. And they just out with the gals who just said, no, that's not that. No, he's a danger to society, give him €500 fine. How is Lidl, and I keep raising this, how is Lidl in Aldi? There's about 60 people going into Aldi at one stage, probably in Cavan. Well, let's take for example. And I haven't seen one girl go near Aldi. And it's not, logic, any logic, no, there's no logic whatsoever. It's just crazy that we've been told you can't go here. If you go here, you're going to be fined. And again, as I say in the title here, is the Constitution, again, it does need to be asked, have they suspended it? I need to know that, have they suspended it? Have they literally trying to have the bond or something like that, the Constitution, because they might as well at this stage. They really just might as well have taken away everything that we hold so dear, and that we take for granted. And one thing, I suppose, one positive thing that we should all take from this, that our freedoms can be taken away in an instant, and we have to always remember that. We always have to remember that there's always people out there that are trying to limit our freedoms, trying to limit what we can do and what we can say and how we can do it. And that's always something we have to remember. That I suppose it is a time to reflect too. That these things can happen in an instant. And as we've seen, it's taken underneath us. Again, there's no basis. In lockdowns, the same as lockdowns, it hasn't worked. We've been in lockdowns for God knows how long now. Nearly the longest in Europe. And the numbers are still up. So, and it's just like it's working. Fool me, what shame on you? Fool me, try shame on me. Again, they're doing it 3 times, and it's they're still going with the same strategy, and the mind boggles. The mind really does boggle, and how, and why this is happening. But yeah, just to say to people, I don't want to sound like an anti-vax or anti-conspiracy theorist, or conspiracy theorist, I know that's what we call it, but anyway. But again, you have to admit, giving up your freedom for a week, that's a bit reasonable. A bit, and they use the word a bit. Maybe a month at most. A year on, and you can't go here. You can't go outside your county. You couldn't leave your house nearly for 5k. You couldn't go to school. You couldn't go here. You were forbidden to do that. You couldn't go to grave. Some people were thrown away. The girl said, that's not essential, you're going to your father's grave. Go home. Go away. How can anybody decide what's non-essential? What's because again, it's important to the person that's going. They wouldn't be going if it's not important to them, or they didn't want to go. Take for example, I wouldn't be going to Dublin if I didn't need to go to Dublin. Unless I needed to go for something, I wouldn't be going up just for the sake of going up to Dublin. Again, they're going for a reason, and and that's important to them. It's lawful and it's important to them. And again, we have to understand that. And I suppose TDs, I don't think they care. But this is the thing, I don't think they've noticed that there's barely any freedom. Again, you have the freedom of speech at least, to a certain degree. Again, they're limiting that as much as they humanly possibly can. But again, this is the thing, it's just the children. It is really, really just children being led by parents, but the parents, in other words, are Nefford and the government, and they say to us, they can say, it's like going past the shop window when we were younger, and we seen them toy in the window, and we like to have parents, and we hold Martin and Leo and the rest of them, can we get that ball? And the parents would be like, if you wait another month, if you wait a year, we give you that ball. And they keep moving the goalposts. They ever so slightly. It's the same here. I take this for example here. So they keep moving the goalposts. Say the goalposts are here. They keep moving it over there. No. It's over here now. No, it's over there. They keep enticing people, saying it's only 2 more weeks, lads. 2 weeks to flatten the curve. That turned into a month. That turned into 3 months. That turned into nearly a year, and we're still here. We're still here in this situation. The mind boggles. The mind really does boggle. It makes no sense. And then they're like, they only started bringing in quarantines now. And then when people's parents are literally on death's door, they have to go to the High Court to bring it to the High Court. That happened the other day. A poor man had to bring it up to the High Court because he was going to be forced into mandatory hotel quarantine, and he came back from Israel. And his father has cats and he could die at any minute. And the state let him go. Basically, I had to bring him up to they brought it up to the courts. And again, it shouldn't have to be done. My God, it's a sin. It is really, really a sin that we have come to that point in our society. We show in this state again. It shows utter disrespect to people, to everything that we stand for and everything that we sacrifice in our history. And again, it's our history too. Because our freedoms were fought very hard for. And I just want to say to the people, we can't take that for granted. We can't forget that. That, we have to make sure our freedoms that we have at the moment, even though they're so limited, are passed on to the next generation. God forbid, please God will intervene in some way. Because, we cannot let our next generation have these freedoms reduced. Basically what we have at the moment, not being able to leave their county, not being able to travel, go here, not being able to go there, not being able to do this, not being able to do that, being told what to do 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and being told, the goalposts have been moved. No, sorry, your business is not going to open. Sorry, the goalposts are over there now. I know we said they were here, you're going to open it this day. No, but we're going to move them over there now because we feel like it. We're the government, we're here to protect you, as they often say. But so look at it. I don't know. I really, really don't know. I needed the tangent. But again, what about you, like, literally, we have the biggest student, we have the biggest, I don't know, how would you put the gombeans in the government. I never seen such big gombeans. Like, you could go to a mental institution and you find better people. I say if I went to a mental institution now, I'd pick out 16 or 17 people that would be great ministers and great TDs. And they would be good people. They'll probably do better than the ones we have in the moment. Like, Eamon Ryan's out to destroy any working class person. Just take, for example, he's just like, no, after this you won't be able to go on holidays. No, we're going to make you spend every last cent. Even though, what's that? You say your business has been closed for the last year. Well, no. You're not going on holiday. No. What? You want to go on a bit of a break? No. You have to pay €1,900. What's that to do having you nearly homeless? Well, we don't care. And that's basically summed up at the moment what Eamon Ryan wants to do. He just wants to break everybody, the working class, the people who pays his wages. I'm just gone on the tangent here, but I'm sure people agree. It's long overdue that I say it straight. Because again, whatever about the lockdown, again, at the beginning of this, I thought it was necessary. And I'm sure many people did. But going on a year, and a few months now, it's going on a few months. No, and it's no sign. It's no sign. I say we probably be in lockdown to probably August. And I might as well say it straight to people. I say be August, or God forbid, September. And then we probably be given a few months and then there'll be lockdowns in December. Your mind does really boggle. And I just say to people to remember what I said. It's just a crazy time. And I just say to people, to always remember what they have and what they given by God, the rights that they're given by God, to practice their religion and to freely assemble. Because, at the end of the day, this will never, they always will have that on their heads, the state, every politician. That's why Fianna Fáil so badly in the polls, because nobody forget when Micheál Martin did to people and what they're doing at the moment. Nobody will forget it, and I'm hoping nobody ever forgets it, what they did to people. Like, I don't even have to describe what they've done to people. Stopping people from going to mass, because again they're entitled to practice their place of worship freely without having to go to, like, there's underground mass being said, and it shouldn't have to be that way. It's not penal times. Let's be honest, but it might as well be penal times. But yeah, that's all I say, because I already have enough